Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk and the grandest of battles, my friends. The grandest of battles. Grand battle. When's the last time you played a grand battle? Do you have it turned off? I did for a long time. I don't actually remember why I turned it off. I guess, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate. Can't remember. I turned assault and this one back on. I have since turned assault back off, but I think I'll leave grand battles on. Kind of interesting. We were discussing this with some people. I happen to be in a platoon with Zemke on this particular battle here. Since I have it turned on, I drug him in here. I don't know if he's got it turned on or not, but I am in the Manticore, I am in the Chukka Corps, and I was discussing grand battles with somebody. I think we got into another one later on in a stream, and they said, yeah, you can do missions in grand battles, and I said, oh, I didn't know that. And they said, I think they have different requirements. Well, I'm not sure about that, unless perhaps this right here is incorrect, because I am on Alliance 15 Commando. Remember, I've been whining about this for a while. I need to complete it with honors, and this is on the Chimera. So I need to finish this Alliance 15 so I can get my last order. That'll give me 8 on my way to my 279 early. But the point of that is, this is not increased requirements. Very interesting. So 6,500 damage, destroy 5, and win the battle to get it with honors. It's unfortunate. I don't get there. I get a lot of damage for a Manticore, especially on this particular battle, but hard to do with a Manticore. But still, it looks like, from what I can tell right here, that's the standard requirements, at least for the campaigns. So there you go. We are spawned into the south of Hinterland, fellas. This one is called Hinterland. And grand battles are standard in terms of a cap on each side. How many tanks are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is not a full grand battle. I believe there can be 30 on each side. Somebody correct me down in the comments. I don't remember. I think we're short a few fellers for a grand battle. I am not really familiar with these maps. I have a vague familiarity with them, and I've been on a couple of them since I turned it back on. Over on the two flanks, there are some decent bushes for scouts, depending on how much standoff the enemy team wants to give you. EBRs are obviously problematic because they can surf ridges and come up over and find guys. But I'm going to take the Manticore here. I don't have a really great idea of what I want to do. Obviously, I'm spotted right there. I hit him, he hits me, bummer, but he takes another hit and another hit. That's very good. He's close to dead, and we're going to bail back out of this thing. Swing back around this way. I'd like to avoid the arty. Look at that. There's 4 arty on the other side. That's a lot of farty. 4 arty on our side. And they're flying in, attacking. There's a 430. So I'm just going to kind of work this little bush on the ridge here. And I think over on the other side, or I know over on the other side, there are similar positions. So I'll come back over to here, and I can see these guys hanging out. Arty's flying in every direction. To be honest, I'm not too bothered by arty in this game because it should be giving me a decent amount of spotting damage. I shoot him and don't get lit, which surprises me a little bit. This is an example on this flank, and I've had on the other flank where I've tried to do the same thing, but my team held back a little too much and theirs pushed up. I had a hard time working the bushes. In this one, they're just not interested in coming up on this ridge that I'm on, opposite of me to the north, so I'm just able to have a heyday right here. I'm just shooting these guys in the sun. That missed. I think I actually hit the other tank because he was dark at that point. Zemke's getting lights on him as well because I'm not sure I'm actually lighting these guys. The Conqueror puts his front armor to me. I'm going to try to sneak one into this lower hole right there. Lower plate. Thing about a Manticore sitting there doing sniping, that's all well and good, but you got to make your shots count. Too many bounces really sucks. Lucky, to be honest. And I got lit doing that. Too many bounces sucks because you only have so many shells, right? I'm down to 14 already. I've done 2,000 damage. I have 333 assists. We're just going to keep working with what works, and that's nice. Super Conqueror took a little bit more damage. Didn't die. That is unfortunate. Trying to find these guys. All right, there's a 110 over there and a 430. Quite the scrap going on in the southern part of the city there. You'll notice that our north flank is doing really well. Also, I didn't mention it. We were down like 4,000 hit points. Holy cow. That was a lot. I don't know what the matchmaker does on this in terms of evening things up for hit points, but I was surprised to see that big of a discrepancy. When you start talking about, however, 8 and 24, 48 tanks, probably becomes a little bit difficult for it to worry too much about hit points. But that seemed fairly significant to me. That's a tank and a half, really. Thinking about it, but that's such a small lower plate on the Minotauro. If he gives me a side shot, I'm going to take it. I'm down to 13 shells, so I don't think I shoot this. Yeah. There's no sense in taking that shot. If he turns sideways, he knows I'm there. He did that for a while in the game. He kept turning his front end to us. Notice we lost some guys in that push over there. I'm looking for a shot maybe on any of these guys. All right. Oh, okay. We got fellers over here. Let's shoot an I-7 in the side. Oh, it worked. All right. We'll take that. Nice high roll, too. That's not true. Low roll, 385. That's a bummer. I did get a high roll in the Super Conqueror at 433. 413 is a high roll. 498. So nice high rolls, actually. I thought that was enough side for me to get the pen. Didn't happen. Ooh, okay. So they're pushing through the city. Notice that we're starting to lose that flank, so that is hurting a bit. And now I'm sort of exposed to those guys over there. We got to shut these dudes down, or they're going to wrap around, and now this little spotting position is going to be no good, and it just looks like things are going pear-shaped here. That was a hasty shot on a 705, not required, was not going to ever pen anything. Oh shoot, got spotted because the 268 just YOLOs in, which is something they like to do. Let's get out of there. Good idea. Oh geez, sorry about that, dude. Did not mean to get away with your shot. I don't know if I blocked that or messed up his shot. Very possibly did. I try not to do stuff like that, but sometimes when you're run away, it happens. Things are okay. We're 6 to 8 right now. We have made up some of our hit points. We're only down 605. E100's peeking at us. This guy's peeking at us. No. Okay, that's just not a good enough shot at this point. I've only got 10 shells left. We're up to 1,360 damage, 2,509. There's a little extra damage chucked on top to get us to 1,500. I kind of want to try to clear this flank if I can. So we're doing two things here. We're trying to hold the middle, at least get some lights on it between myself, Zemke, and these TDs, and I've got a lot of guys back here behind me. Keep them from pushing through. Attrit them as best as possible. They are beat up somewhat. And it doesn't look like they're too interested in pushing through because there's some pretty big TDs back here thumping people. I'm just going to back out of that just in case for some reason the JPZ got a view on me. I don't want to get snapped by that 1,000 hit point alpha right there. I'm a little bit surprised the 430 hasn't made a bit more of a showing. Thought about that, but he was just backing through. Maybe, possibly, no, not. Oh, I got lit. That's not good. Probably the M60. So we're just going to duck down low here. We still have already get a little spotting damage. That's nice. Might have been the 268 actually. Doing the old peek up and over. He may have got himself a nice direct view on me from very close. Continue to work this little bush line. Again, really just defensive at this point. We're up in hit points, which is a considerable swing considering we're down 4,000 to begin with. But we are 9 to 9 tanks-wise. That push in the north has kind of been countered. They did a nice job of that. You got to be careful on this particular map and grand battles in general. Sometimes, because there's so many tanks, sometimes a lot of guys will change flanks and it will look really good, but it's not. You can be very tempted to push into bad situations on the grand battles. Shot out of him and then ran away. 2,800 damage, 2,800 spotting. I do again have big TDs back here. It would be nice if they start thumping things. I don't know what the heck. He must have hit the guy's light bar, but he takes a chunk out of the 268. Notice that the middle where the JPZ is, they've either fallen back or they are no longer there. I'm like, can I get into this guy's lower plate? No. Just trying to be careful. Maybe I can kill him? No, not quite. Trying to be as careful as I can with the last 9 shells that I have right here. 124's coming in. See if we can disappear and... There we go. Did that get me lit? Yes, so I wasn't quite far enough back from the bush. The JPZ's dead, so if you look at the mini-map where REBR is, that whole push in the middle is now cleared out. Their guys have fallen back. I think they were trying to deal with that north push, and we're down to 1 STB back there, so things are actually going pretty well. Actually, may have had a shot on that guy, but I see the M60. I'm trying to close him out, but I bounced. Good news is someone else kills. I'm down to 7 rounds. 7 rounds. So I have mentioned the rounds. There's a reason for that. Stay tuned. See if we can shoot this guy's hatch again. Nice. Nice. Down he goes. We're at 3,731 damage, 3,000 assists. Now, I wish I had got more aggressive earlier. And I'm talking about kind of at this point. I'm sort of still jacking around right here. I've only got 663 hit points. Finally start moving forward a bit. Honestly, I wish I'd gone back to the bush line I was using much earlier. Zemke and I were talking a lot about where things were and where he was getting shot, so he sort of walks in here. Now there's that same Minotauro. Basically hasn't moved. So I'm hoping I get a shot in his side here. There we go. 383, a little bit of a low roll, not terrible. And he is squared up again, right? He's getting hit in the side, so he's basically said, nope, don't want that to happen anymore, so I'll just square up. Got the 430U and the 110E4 over there holding our guys down. Really hoping I can snipe this guy and kill him, but he gets away. Front armor, can't do anything with it. And now let's swing over here and see if I can add my gun and maneuverability. It's really getting down to the nitty-gritty right here, fellas. Looking for a shot on him. He's just not giving me a side shot. I go for the lower plate just to put a hurt on him, but bounce. Not surprised by that. Relatively long reload on the old Manticore. That guy dies. There we go. Oh, okay, we got fellas all out in the open. Oh, nice. GW will just thump him. That works. Keep moving. Oh, that's going to get me lit. 430 saw me. They're down to their last tanks. .430's coming in here. I don't want to tango with him face to face like that, so we'll just sort of swing around this way. Maybe the Artie can take a chunk out of him, or if I can get a sneak attack. 4,400 damage and 3,300 assist. There he is. What's he looking at? He's looking the other way, it looks like. He's kind of ignoring me. That's good. Oh, Artie brought him into a one-shot, and even more. We'll just auto-aim and thump him as we go. We are down to 2 shells, fellas. 2 shells. You know what that means. They have 3 tanks, and we have 2 shells. There's a Manticore running around, and I think a couple Artie. That's it. So 1 light tank, 2 Artie. I find this one. I actually aim at the appropriate spot. How's that, fellas? I can learn. It only takes 10 years, 10, 11 years. They have 1 tank, guys. 1 tank. The grandest of battles. I have 1 shell. They have 1 one-shot tank. I mean, how do you top off a grand battle better than this? It just, I mean, I know where he is. Look at this. On a plate, delivered. Even if he hits me, I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to aim in and kill him. And then I will have the Kobla blog about of his aimed and fired. You may notice that it was just a bad shot to begin with. I was actually aiming right at him. And maybe even behind him slightly when I shot. I really needed some left English to get over there and get myself the Kobla Bobolobs. But you know what? I'll take it. 4,811 damage, 4,264 assist. We got 3 kills out of that. Failed to get the Koblabanovs. That's unfortunate, but that was actually a fun game. Shout out to Zemke for all the help on that one. He did a nice job in there. We had a good game, and that was quite enjoyable. I actually enjoyed that. And the cool thing, I think, at least at the moment, for me with the Grand Battles maps, is that they're new, so I'm kind of learning them as I go. You don't see them often enough to get real comfortable on them, I don't think. Although, people who have maybe had it turned on for a long time and play a lot of tier 10s probably see it enough that they have a good idea of where to go. I'm still sort of learning them, and I actually kind of like that part. A little bit more of the exploratory newness of the maps that you really lose as you get more experience in the game and been around for 10 years like I have. I am very interested though that, like I said, the missions thing here does show that it's not increased, at least for Alliance 15 Commando, for the yeah, those things, campaigns. All right, something to think about. So if I'm driving an Alliance tank and I get on a map like this, that does increase the possibility. There's so many more tanks. There's more hit points out there. Maybe I can crank out this mission on a grand battle. All right, that's all I've got, guys. Have a good one. Let me know what you think down below. If you like what you saw, throw me a subscribe. We will see ya.